30 years ago, the Beijing Declaration made a promise that the safety, dignity, and freedom of women and girls matter. The UN Trust Fund to End Violence Against Women and Girls was created to keep that promise. Not with words, but with resources, directly to the organizations doing the work. For 30 years and more, feminist and women's rights organizations have been keeping it too. Running shelters, answering the calls, accompanying survivors to court, training communities, and staying when everyone else leaves. In 2025, they were doing all of this while the ground shifted beneath them. Backlash against women's rights intensified. Funding cuts disrupted essential services. Conflict and displacement drove risk higher, and civic spaces narrowed.
Women in times of crisis and wars are the most marginalized. And why is that? Because women are the ones who have to take care of the children, who have to search for the food.
And yet, 159 civil society and women's rights organizations across 71 countries and territories were still delivering and reaching 12 million people in a single year. Amid active conflict and mass displacement in the Democratic Republic of Congo, our grantee partners stood with survivors, supported women to rebuild their livelihoods, and secured convictions. A community initiative led by local women and girls living with disabilities reduced self-reported experiences of violence from 70% to 21% in Cambodia. In the midst of occupation, active war, and economic collapse, Palestinian women continued receiving support to access services, while Sharia lawyers are trained in gender-responsive litigation. In Sarajevo, Foundation for Local Democracy's work led to the signing of the landmark protocol on procedures in cases of rape, for the first time creating a coordinated, survivor-centered response across police, health, social, and justice institutions. In Guatemala, community midwives built trust into a network protection movement and brought community evidence all the way to local decision-making tables. Across more than 130 million lives in the past 5 years, this is what becomes possible when women's rights organizations are trusted and funded. In 2025, for the second consecutive call for proposals, women's rights organizations applied to the UN Trust Fund in record number. This scale of demand tells us two things. Pressures are growing, but so is the leadership of women's rights organizations ready to keep driving change. Because the work is not done, and they are not stopping.
We keep pushing because we understand what we do. We know what we stand for.
Porque el feminismo y las luchas feministas son las únicas revoluciones no violentas que hemos tenido en los últimos 30 años.
The women's movement in Iraq is there to stay, even if the government brings forward legislation that's anti-women, anti-gender, and anti-human rights, period.
Women's rights organizations do not just respond to violence. They dismantle the conditions that cause it. The question is never whether they can. It is whether the world will resource them. Elevate their voices. Stand with them. Invest in them.